Namaste. Hello. Good morning.
Namaste. Good evening.
Yeah. I have a song in my head. Can I and I have it on my computer. Can we listen to it like we did the last time? Or I don't know if
Please.
that was the last time, but one time.
Yeah, the last time we heard and saw a little from Ramana.
Oh yeah, this is a different one, but it's just playing in my head, so that's why I'm.
It's got to come out.
How do I make it go? I don't know why it's not starting. Sorry. Oh, hold on for a sec.
Okay.
Hold on for a sec. I might have to. Sorry. It's because I had earphones in. It's gonna play out loud. Hold on
Ah,
for a sec. You're still seeing that, aren't you? I'm still sharing it. I don't
you're
know what
still
to do.
sharing. Yeah.
Hold on.
She's frozen.
Oh, my computer said cancel stuff. Sorry. It's still playing. I don't know why my computer's cancel stuff.
was sweet.
Thank you for entertaining me.
That looked recent.
Yeah, probably maybe 2 or 3 years or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was wondering if they'd opened things up there for people to come visit
No,
just lately.
no, no, it's not that recent. Let me see. It's probably. It's it. Oh, okay, I'm not allowed to do that. Let's see. Oh, well, it was uploaded in 2020, but it's older than that.
Okay. So uploaded then, but recorded sometime
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
So I really love chapter 30, in part because it's short, but it's also all about certainty. I think you'd really like the title.
Probably, I like all the other ones.
Huh?
Supreme Bliss. I said probably I like all the other ones. All the other titles of every chapter. Supreme Bliss by the Certitude of the Supreme Brahman. Yeah.
There you go.
Can I start reading a bit?
So
Just from the beginning?
please, sure.
Am I ruining your plans? I love ruining your plans.
I'm not
Throwing you
attached to
off
any
the.
plans.
Oh, what?
No, my plans involved having us read it. So there you go.
Okay, good. In the manner explained earlier by the Lord of all the worlds, of the nature of eternal knowledge and bliss, I shall reiterate the definition of the non-dual, for the said steadfast knowledge of the undivided Supreme, that it is only Brahman, the mass of existence consciousness bliss, that is ever changeless, that not an atom of this world exists, and all this is the one Supreme Brahman. Apart from the nature of truth, knowledge, bliss, nothing of the world was ever born. Apart from the nature of eternal knowledge and bliss, there never is anything to be thought of as a wearisome, worldly existence. Attaining the non-dual certitude that any appearance of duality is Brahman, and I am that Brahman, without a second, enjoy undivided, supreme bliss. I am, indeed, of the nature of the Absolute, which is pure, perpetual bliss. I am, indeed, of the nature of the Absolute, which is ever peaceful. I am, indeed, of the nature of the Absolute, that is consciousness bliss alone. I am, indeed, of the nature of the Absolute, which is all pervasive, as the mass of consciousness. I am the immense, complete, perfectly full nature, being of such constant non-dual certitude, without interruption for even half a moment's time. Nidaga, enjoy unsurpassed bliss. I think I said this before, but I'm reminded again. Muji said to me once, like, be the self. I feel like this is exactly the same. It's basically saying the same thing. But I have to say I do like the simplicity of be the self. I'm very simple minded. Here.
But don't you also love the drama here?
I do. I do love that too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like it's just like a poem. A song. It is a song, isn't it? It's a Song of Ribhu, so it's
For
a
sure.
song. And it's a song.
Mm.
A song of the heart or something.
Mm.
Do you want to read or will I continue?
Please continue.
always firmly practicing the non-dual certitude that all that is seen as the world and others, as an illusion on the Supreme Brahman, the mass of knowledge, is only that decayless substratum, Brahman, and I am ever that Brahman, and rid of all distortions of the mind, enjoy undivided, supreme bliss. Being indestructible, I am existence. Knowing everything by inquiry, I am consciousness. Existing as the affable, I am bliss. I am, indeed, the mass of existence consciousness bliss. This explanation is Brahman. Attaining this differenceless certitude of the undivided Supreme with utmost conviction and clarity, thereby enjoy undivided supreme bliss.
The next verse is rather mind-shattering.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
It's verse 6.
Go ahead.
So I'll read it and then pause and see if anything comes up.
Sure thing.
In the fivefold division is existence, awareness, bliss, name, and form. The major first three divisions are of the nature of the absolute, and the minor two latter divisions are of the nature of the world. Casting aside these two divisions, which are mere words, be of the certitude that I am the absolute, which remains as existence, consciousness, bliss.
Mm. So does anything arise in you when you read those
Yeah,
words?
the image of he's taken off everything, clothes, hair, skin, bones,
Mm-hmm.
just absolutely nothing left.
Mm. Yeah. Name and form. It says the minor two latter divisions, which is name and form, are of the nature of the world. But then he says the divisions, like between name and form and existence, awareness, bliss, are mere words. That means like they're only words. They're actually not different at all from each other. So basically, name and form are the same as existence, awareness, bliss. So it's basically, which is the same as every single verse, really. He's basically just saying all is Brahman. That's all that's here, and that I am. And be sure of this is the title of the by the Certitude. That's the title of the chapter.
Mm.
I was just in Satsang with Ananda, and he was talking to someone, and that's all what he was saying. So it's just like, just be sure of who you are, basically. Someone wanted to ask, all kinds of different questions, and then he's just kept saying, he doesn't always do like this, but he's just like, who are you? Who wants to know? Or who doesn't know? Who, and it's literally just like the most important question. Like,
Mm.
it's literally the most important thing.
Mm.
If you're sure of that, you're sure of everything.
Mm. Mm.
No words are really the right words, but they're fine.
And the context there of all the questions was someone was sort of question after question after question.
Yeah,
But what about? But what about? But what about?
yeah, yeah,
Mm, mm, mm. Like standing on the rug,
mm,
please pull this edge. Please pull this
yeah.
edge really hard.
And that's the nature of the mind, isn't it? It's like it's just gonna keep doing that, doing that, doing that. And we're the one who has to, like, in a way, do it within ourselves. And in a way, there is only ourself. Like all that's here is Brahman, or let's
Mm,
say consciousness, and like consciousness is just becoming really clear about itself,
mm,
like what it really truly is. And
mm,
mind is also a part of consciousness as well. So it's just being clear that that's not really what I am. Like that's just, it's like that. What this says in one of the verses, it says like just an illusion. What does it say? Yeah. There as an illusion on the super, as an illusion superimposed. So it's, mind is basically like that, isn't it? Or the whole world, like mind, whatever. I want to use.
and the reminder here over and over again is to identify as that,
Yeah,
the substratum,
yeah,
the
yeah,
I don't want to say underneath because that's
yeah,
spatial. It's not, maybe not quite, but
yeah. And the only reason I'm saying this, or maybe the only reason I ever really say anything when I'm talking to anybody, it's really just to clarify in myself.
mm,
Like, so even for me to say those words, like, doesn't feel right, like to say, to identify as that,
mm,
because really it's not even identifying, it's letting go of all identity. we
mm,
don't we don't even need to identify. It's just like, really, it's just like recognizing what's here, and what's here and what I am are obviously like the same.
mm,
So we don't have to identify. Even maybe sometimes if it can feel like as though there's like a little internal battle going on, like if some mind energy is and then like there's like obviously our truth of ourselves. Let's say this is the truth. This is the mind, so they're not making them too. And then it's like it can seem like there's a battle, so it can seem like we're bringing our identity to the truth just as a way to get away from this. Sometimes it can seem like that.
mm, mm,
But I don't know. I think like all these kind of conversations, and yeah, I don't know anything else, but like these kind of conversations, it's just really continuing clarity
mm,
for consciousness.
mm.
Really, I kind of. Even the funny thing is, like, cause consciousness is completely clear already,
Mm,
and yet it just continues to say it, say it, say it, say it, say it over and over
mm,
again, like the
mm.
same as this. This says it over and over again. I'd love to know how many words are in here.
We know there's over 1,000 verses,
Oh, okay.
so
Well, that's good.
I don't know,
Yeah.
110 words, 100
Yeah.
words or so. So
And
110 words per verse times 1,000
yeah.
verses. We'll do the math someday.
And in a way, if you have that kind of attitude of mind that everything is for your awakening or your clarity or your certitude, then everything that happens in life, everything you hear, everything you see, everything you experience, everything is just to clarify that. And that's just like an attitude. I don't know, I'm kind of saying like an attitude of mind. It kind of is, because everything is mind. But it's a kind of an attitude that we can have
Mm.
if we want. If we want to have that.
Well, what's certainly clearer more than ever in the last many months is whatever's gone on out there in the world starts as a pattern kind of on this side, like
Yeah.
some pattern of energy. And I just call it an energy because it's the best vague description I have of something going on.
Mm.
Maybe it's contraction, maybe it's expansion, but
Yeah.
it's not quite in clarity or not quite clear, but then it
Mm.
shows up outside. So, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what's going on.
Mm.
I don't want that. I do want that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right?
Do
Mm.
you
Shall
want to
we
read
read some
some
more?
more? Yeah, you can
Yeah.
read whichever verses you want. We can keep reading it, or you
Well,
can skip it.
let's go forward. This was part of the detailed and elaborate strategy I made last night
Yeah.
or early this morning. So.
I'll let you get back into your plan, and then I'll rip it out from under your feet in a minute. Oh,
So I'm just skipping ahead to verse 20.
okay.
And it's just I just picked another place to jump in. It seemed to me it was getting sort of juicy after that. So um, ignorance, which is derided, is of the nature of Brahman. Knowledge, which shines, is of the nature of Brahman. The individual that is differentiated is of the nature of Brahman. The Lord, Isvara, which is lofty, is of the nature of Brahman. The earth and other worlds are of the nature of Brahman. Whatever is experienced by the senses is of the nature of Brahman. By the intense conviction that I am that originless supreme Brahman, be in bliss. Different philosophies, such as the dual non-dual, and the pure, supremely non-dual, are of one kind and of another kind, of the real and the unreal, and all the disputations indulged in by such differing philosophies are, if inquired into, all only the pure supreme Brahman. Be of the faultless conviction that beyond a shadow of a doubt, I am that decalus supreme Brahman. Be rid of all defects. Only if there is consciousness is there the world. If there would be no consciousness, there would be no world. Hence, all this world of duality is only an illusion on consciousness. By inquiring with knowledge about the oneness of all these, by positive and negative contrasts and reflecting thereon, and focusing on the meditation that I am ever this consciousness that exists as perfect fullness, I am ever that, remain ever changeless. I keep coming back to not trying,
Mm.
which by that I mean, negating effort, right?
Yeah.
It's just the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah.
Nadaga, what avail explanations galore? All is only the blemishless infinite consciousness. The infinite consciousness is of the nature of Brahman. The infinite consciousness is indeed your nature. With one pointed meditation explained here, whatever is known as revealed by the excellent intellect is only of the nature of the space of consciousness, and that is myself. With such profound meditation, be unwaveringly at peace. It's so blissful just to read that.
Mm-hmm. Can I read a few verses?
Yeah, I stopped at 23, but whatever you like.
This is verse 28.
28?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the warp and woof of yarn. I don't know what the warp and woof is. Like the warp and woof of yarn, spread in length and breadth as a cloth. The continuous absolute appears as the world, spread lengthwise and breadthwise. By inquiring with driving discrimination, as described earlier, be of the unhesitating conviction that all is the undivided Supreme Brahman, and the great Supreme Brahman is myself, and overcome all weariness. Only Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, is the changeless eternal reality. Only Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, is the reality without the sextet of modifications. Only Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, has no worlds, individuals, and supreme. Only Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, is the complete, perfectly full reality.
Mm.
Without Brahman, which is existence, consciousness, bliss, there is nothing at all of this world, individuals, and the supreme. Son, this world and individuals are all only that perfectly full Brahman. You are that non dual Brahman. What is said here is the truth. Hence, be full of changeless awareness that whatever is eternal is Brahman, and I am that Brahman. That state of being full of changeless awareness is the unparalleled liberation. Those who have attained that great state will never again be in sorrow, never again have any blemish, shall attain joy, shall be the ones who have accomplished all they have to do, and shall remain ever the one supreme nature. For them who are of the nature of the exalted Supreme, there are none of the problems of this misery of repetitive birth and death.
That's a good one.
It is good. It's like because whenever we're suffering, we're not obviously taking ourselves to be what we really are. It's the only way we can suffer is by believing we're in me, isn't it?
Mm. And isn't it gorgeous? Those who have attained that great state, etc., shall be the ones who have accomplished all they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
On weekends, I may go. Actually, all day long, I've got a task list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take a little satisfaction from checking the box or crossing the item off the list.
Mm-hmm.
No
You
more
have
list.
you have to write in between on your list, in between each thing, like something like, Who am I?" or like something like that, like in between each one, so you check all day. Just like remind yourself all day, all day, all
Who is
day.
it striving to accomplish this?
Yeah, or if something is on the list, like okay, go to the shop to buy such and such. Who is going to go to the shop to buy such and such?
Beautiful.
Or send an email. Who is going to send an email? So first who get that answer, and then do it. Then, well, at least you'll know who's doing it. That's how you have to write your next list for tomorrow or today. If you're writing it next time, you write a to-do list. You have to write who is going to, who will do, and then write the thing. That's a good idea, isn't it? I would do it if I wrote lists, but I don't write lists. Who doesn't write lists? I don't.
Mm. Can I read some?
Sure.
Therefore, as explained here, always practice in the certitude of the undivided absolute, and being rid of the shackles of mental misunderstandings, of differentiation, attain the differenceless, undivided state of knowledge and reach the state of liberation, which is to exist as the one defectless supreme nature. Son, thus I have clearly explained to you the meaning of the crest of the Vedas as explained by the blemishless Shiva. Whoever, with devotion to Paramashiva, Supreme Shiva, the Supreme, assiduously listens to this great explanation set forth here, shall obtain the excellent undivided supreme knowledge, shall not have a trace of sorrow, shall be overflowing with happiness, and shall remain of the nature of the undivided illusion. There's no doubt about what has been said. This is the truth. Thus did Nadaga, no, thus did the exalted Ribhu explain the limitless reality to the sage Nadaga. There you go.
There you go. Simple, simple. That's what Ribhu thought. He just said it and then he's like, simple. It's been said. Yeah. Be yourself. That's why Muji just had to say, be yourself. Simple, simple. I don't know if somebody else said this. Probably they did, or if I said it. Someone said it. But like it's simple, but it's not easy. I don't know who said it, but I like because I feel like it's like that. It is like super duper simple, but it does take some dedication,
Mm,
some
mm,
desire of heart, and I don't know what.
mm,
But like if it was easy, like it is easy in a way. It's easy if you want it. It's like that, you know. Like maybe anything's easy if you want it because you keep working for it. So like you do have to, I feel like you have to keep working for it. So like this says, like be sure and like all the everything that happens in the world is an illusion or superimposition on consciousness. But somehow it seems like the nature of life is like as we're opening up, like all things come to the surface. So like it might be like blah, 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 blah. But then it's like you just see that blah, 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 and then it's like, oh, but I'm not that. But then like then again, could be the next minute, the next day, something else. But then it's like again, like it is simple if you want it, you know. So if you really want to be the self, it's just be the self. It's fine. Blah, 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 no matter how much blah, blah, blah. But like the reason why it's not necessarily easy is because blah, 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 blah comes all the time, and we're just so used to going with that, and it's almost like a drug, you know. I think I've also explained it like that to someone when I was talking before. But I was talking to someone yesterday and they were saying that they're kind of addicted to just like distracting themselves. You know, and they said like they really feel like it's an addiction and really like a drug and like the physical, like, you know, all the emotions are kind of like drugs, aren't they? All the emotions in our bodies, because there is some probably chemical responses for all the different emotions and all that we can have. So we get kind of addicted to them.
mm,
But in a way, I still feel like it's still easy. Like if you're really, these aren't really the right words, but if you're really dedicated to the truth and stuff, then it doesn't matter how addicted you are. You know, in a way, you've already overcome the addiction because you don't have to do it. It's like God is pulling you in.
mm,
Brahman.
ah, indeed.
Mm,
Indeed. There's been a taste of bliss for
mm,
sure. And then, there's wanting more
yeah,
and more of that. But ultimately, the wanting has to be allowed to settle like any other mental
yeah.
noise in order to sort of return, if you will.
Maybe that blissfulness is like that fuels our desire as well because I don't know, it's a real true kind of a bliss, isn't it? It's just like it's like, oh yeah, it's just like it's so good to just be myself.
Mm,
So good to be myself and to stop pretending and to give up effort.
mm,
And not just that, all them words aren't even really true. Like they're just kind of words that you say, but they're tiny bit true.
I was having a conversation in my head with Hanuman this morning, and it kind of I was still lying in bed, hadn't gotten up yet, and I kept coming back to, come on, it can't be that easy.
Mhm.
Like there's a part that wants to, be complex and sophisticated and to seem
Mm.
smart.
Mm.
I want to just go back to being an idiot. It's more like my natural state.
Blissful.
Although there's, Hmm?
A blissful idiot.
Yeah, well, there's some
Idiot's
negatives
not nice,
associated
isn't
with
it?
it. Hmm?
Idiot doesn't sound nice.
I know it's not so complimentary. Huh?
No. I was just saying it as a joke, but even saying it as a joke didn't sound good.
No, I know. It's like one
Can
of
I play
those.
the rest of the song?
Yeah, please.
But I'm not going to share the screen this time. I'm just going to play.
Okay.
My computer is a bit slow. Means may all beings be happy. And that's beautiful.
Can you put a link to the YouTube of the song in the Facebook, and I'll listen on this side? Yeah, very pleasant. I the healthy emotions, love, joy, compassion,
Mm.
gratitude. I'm just very grateful that you would be willing to spend time with me. So I guess I get all four in our meetings. So it's really beautiful.
Thank you. Same. Thank you so much.
Mm.
I
Till
wish you
next
a
time.
beautiful day. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank Ribhu.